There are 3 videos that the majority of you do not care about. 1, the NFL power rankings. 2, this video here, the defense rank through. And 3 is the final win prediction that I do as the game is approaching. But again, this is a series that I wanted to follow as we chronicled the Detroit Lions defense throughout the year, and I have enjoyed it. I'm glad that you guys, some of you enjoy it as well. Some of these videos, you just take one on the chin, man. That's just how it goes. But what we're going to do today is we're going to look at the defense through week 10. Now, this is the defense. We always compare. I remember to keep everything. The old graphic is still in here. So this was the Detroit Lions last week. Week 9, total yards, we were 22nd. Passing yards, 29th. Rushing, we were 7th. Sacks, we were 18th. Points per game, we were 5th. And turnover differential, we were 3rd. Well, here is, and don't forget, we also bring in red zone efficiency. We also bring in third down defense that are not part of this graphic. So this is week 9, and here is week 10. Total yards, we're 20th, up 2 spots from last week, which was 22nd. Passing yards, 28th, up 1 spot from last week at 29. Rushing, we are 6th, which is up 1 spot. It says down 2, but it's actually down. It's actually up 1. That should say up 1. Sacks, we are currently 16th. We are down 2 spots or up 2 spots from last week. Points per game, we are 8th, down 3 spots from last week. And turnover differential, if Jared Goff wouldn't have given away 5 passes, then we would be probably higher than that. We probably be 2nd or 1st in turnover differential. But because of those 5 picks from Jared Goff, that's actually, we were -3 for the game, which puts us down 1 spot from 3 to 4 when it comes to turnover differential. Now, we got to bring in the other 2 aspects, and I don't think they changed at all. The Detroit Lions were number 1 in third down defense. That means when it's third down, they get off the field 31.4% of the time. If you think about it, that's not a lot. That's not a lot. That means that 3 out of every 10 times the Detroit Lions get off the field, which is, for that to be number 1 is insane. It just tells you how tough it is to stop somebody on third down. And also the red zone efficiency, we are still tied for 4th. I believe we were tied for 4th. This one is a little better as well. That means that opponents score 6 out of every 10 times. They don't score 4 times, a little over that, like 4, almost 4.5. So that's outstanding. I think that those stayed the same from the previous week. So what does this mean overall for the defense? It's better than it was last year. It looks like that it is indeed better than it was the week before as well. A lot of green arrows going on from last week. Last week, it was a bunch of red. As we can see, this is week 9, ton of red. There was only 1 green arrow in this case. Now we go up, and there's 4 out of those 6 categories. And if we add the other 2 out of the 8 categories, 2 stay the same, 2 decreased, and 4 increased. So that is fantastic news for the Detroit Lions. Remember, the total yards last year, our defense was ranked 18th. So in total yards, it's worse than it was last year, but there are other factors that you have to look into when you are talking about defense. Now, again, I am a numbers guy. There is very little gray when it comes to me and numbers. Like, people say stats over feelings and stuff like that, or facts, stats over feeling, however it is. The stats say that the total defense right now, with 8 games left in the season, is statistically worse than it was last year. But you've got to incorporate the red zone. You've got to incorporate, but that doesn't make up total defense. I was arguing with people on Twitter yesterday about total defense, right? And they were saying, well, teams are trailing most of the time to the Detroit Lions, and so they're throwing a lot, which means that we're giving up a lot of yards. I didn't go fact check that. I know that the past couple of 4 games heading into this game here, the Lions put up a record number of points. I mean, it was 100, and if we include the Texans game, I want to say we were dropping 40, 40, 40, you know, something crazy like that. And then we wind up teams having that play catch up. But although that might be true, the numbers say, just based on statistics, that the Detroit Lions total defense is 20 and their passing defense is 28th. That means that there is only 4 teams worse than the Detroit Lions. You want to know another team that's worse than the Lions? The Baltimore Ravens. I believe they have the worst passing defense in the NFL as far as yards allowed. So that's just, you know, and the Ravens are a good football team. We're better than they are, but the Ravens are a good football team. But so if you're struggling here, and that's with the secondary that we have, and I said this last week, and I'll say it again. Notice what happened, all right? We got 4 sacks. Our pass defensive rank went up 1 spot. So when Zadarius Smith comes in, and I will stand on this, the more sacks we get, in my opinion, the better our pass defense will be, because Terrion Arnold is a work in progress, but he's a rookie. We're going to cut him a little bit of slack. All right, he could have been called with a pass interference that would have changed that whole trajectory of the Texans game. But I believe he'll get better. But if you take and you compare the pass rush of last year and this year, if you compare the secondary of last year and this year, the pass rush is almost the same. The only difference is heading into this game, we've got DJ Reader. We didn't have him last year. All right. But the secondary is the difference maker as of now, because we got Brian Branch, who's healthy. We've got Carlton Davis. We've got Terrion Arnold. But imagine if Hutch was still healthy and then we get Zadarius Smith. I promise you that passing defense is going to go down, meaning it's going to get better, because they're going to be sacked, the quarterbacks that is, and that means that they can't put up those yards. They cannot put up those yards. We sacked C.J. Stroud 4 times, and he still put up a hefty amount of yards, I believe, on us. So that's just how I feel. I think that one equates to the other, but we'll see. But again, I appreciate everybody who's interested in this video. Means a great deal to me. I enjoy doing these, so I like to do them. Want to show you guys the Infinity Light. Want to make sure I cover all the ground. The Infinity Light, we've talked about this several times. This is from Green Gridiron. You can get it elsewhere as well, but you can save some money if you get it from Green Gridiron using my promo code. This is what the light looks like. I'm assuming when it's off. It's not on. It's not in its on. You didn't hit the switch. This is what it looks like once it comes on. But here's the cool part. You can see that infinity aspect. Looks like if you're looking into a mirror and then another mirror at the same time behind you, it just goes on and on and on. So that is the Infinity Light from Green Gridiron. You can be sure to get one using promo code DETSYN. The link is in the description. You can just search Detroit Lions. And even if you click, but you don't follow through, just make sure you use the promo code, which is awesome because you guys want to save some money. That promo code will do just that. You can also stack it with whatever promo they have. If they have a sale, you can get more money off by using code DETSYN. Still waiting on those mini helmets. Hopefully they'll get here sooner than later. And yeah, I'll be able to show you guys those as well and be able to direct you toward Green Gridiron. This channel is made possible by viewers, subscribers, and members just like you. You could be anywhere else on YouTube, but you choose to rock with me. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself and each other. And as always, go Lions.